Have you ever wondered when the right time to get your blue belt is? Or if you're ready to even get your blue belt? We're going to be talking about that today. Mom's asleep. Today we're going to talk about when it's the right time to get your blue belt. So Flynn, do you feel like you got your blue belt too early? Yeah, well, not really, but Jiu-Jitsu's for losers. Oh no! No! That's like our main attribute. We just went from a tripod to a bipod. When's the right time to get your blue belt? Well, what I personally believe is that you have to have done the hours on the mat. And generally speaking, there's a bar of about, once you've done about 2 years of jiu-jitsu, you can get your blue belt. But some people get it before, some people get it way after. And the way I see it is it doesn't really matter about how long you've been going for, but it should be around about the average person's 2 years and however long that takes you to do. So if you spend 10 hours a day on the mats, you could get it a lot quicker than 2 years. But at the end of the day... You'd hope so. But at the end of the day, you still have to be beating all the white belts, or at least you should be beating most of the white belts and the people of your strength and size. And then you should be starting to maybe beat or at least get some positions on some of the blue belts already. And ideally, I think it's quite important that you've competed at white belt as well. Not everyone's into competing, but I think that really, how can you know how good you are if you don't test yourself in a real setting? I think even if you're not a competitor, you should at least go in a couple of competitions. It doesn't mean you have to win the white belt competitions to get your blue belt, but you shouldn't be getting absolutely slaughtered. Yeah. If you're that guy that goes in and loses every match by submission, you definitely need a little bit of work before you're starting to look at your blue belt. It's a pretty obvious tell. It's like, if you're losing to all the white belts badly, you shouldn't be a blue belt. It's pretty obvious. All right, we are back! We are back, baby! We are back! Flynn's a blue belt. I'm a white belt. Admittedly, he is the best blue belt ever. Don't fight him, he'll kill you. All gyms are different as well. Like, Flynn got his blue belt, when? 3 years ago? More? Yeah, about 3 years ago. And then... More, maybe, actually. Came to a different gym and recently redid his blue belt because it's a much harder... course? Yeah, so some gyms have a grading system and some give out belts when their coach thinks it's time. Both, I believe, are valid ways to give belts because sometimes, if a coach is active, they can know when it's time for you. But having a system that you have to go through, it really just makes you have to know your stuff. So my first time I got my blue belt at my original gym was it was handed to me. And in fairness, I was doing well. I was tapping out all the blue belts and all that sort of stuff. So I was ready for it and I competed. I was ready in that sense, but I really didn't know much technique. Then when I came to my gym right now, which is very technical, then I realized how much I don't know. And then I took it upon myself to go back and say, hey, can I do the blue belt grading so I can really learn the system and really learn how to do some good techniques and how to have a well-rounded game. So, not everyone has to do that. Most people won't do that, but it is good to go through a system where you do have to do some sort of a grading because it really tests your knowledge. Yeah. And if you don't have that, what I would recommend is just looking up a standard sort of grading. There's a lot of them out there, and just seeing, do I know this stuff? Have I got a general understanding of all this jiu-jitsu? And if not, maybe it's time to practice a bit more. The do techniques in the book will just get you substantially better anyway, right? So they're things that me, for example, that I should be learning off the rip. I should stick to the basics, pump out my technique, and know as much of the blue belt book as possible, even though I'm not going for my blue belt anytime soon. So fundamentally, I'll be equipped when that time comes. And the other thing is as well, with Kai, for example, who's been doing it sub 6 months, is he's probably not going to take 2 years to get his blue belt because he trains with me very often and he's going to compete straight away and he's going to get in there. And we're going to see how he goes in the competitions, but he's already doing quite well with the white belts at the gym. And, if he goes in and he's smashing everyone at white belt in competitions, obviously he'll have to spend a little bit of time on it, but eventually it's going to get to a point where you also don't want to sandbag. Talk me up, bro. I'm going to get smoked a couple times for sure. Maybe. Psych! I'm gonna beat everyone! Light work, baby! Ah! See you at the gym. Bah! Show them the Peruvian butt plug.
Peruvian butt plug. Set up. That's just a setup. That's useless. Bang. Bang. I won't finish the move, it's quite deadly. M11 and I brought down motor, one-way trip to Martin. So far, lost everything, felt like I had no one. Sat stressed out of Martin, so far, done my first show, had to spend every motor. Then straight back to Martin, so far. Pray when the fame and the charting's over, I ain't gonna end up on Martin, so far. M11 and I brought down motor, one-way trip to Martin. So far, lost everything, felt like I had no one. Sat stressed out of Martin, so far, done my first show, had to spend every motor. Then straight back to Martin, so far. Pray when the fame and the charting's over, I ain't gonna end up on Martin. M11 and I brought down motor, one-way trip to Martin. So far, lost everything, felt like I had no one.
We are back with Jordan this time. I thought it would be good to ask Jordan some questions because he's actually going for his blue belt right now.
How long have I been training? I've been training on and off since I was 15 and I'm now 20.
So ages.
Ages.
Consistently you've been going recently for a bit.
Yeah, for like a year doing jiu-jitsu, yeah.
But not every day either, like a couple days a week. And Jordan is a very good white belt, like easily could be a blue belt, he just hasn't gone for his belt.
But at Igor, the part of getting your blue belt is taking the initiative to like look at Flynn. Like Flynn was already a good blue, not even just a blue belt, he was like a good blue belt, but he still spent 6 weeks of grinding out because you have to study to get it.
Yeah.
So that's like the initiative you need to take to get your blue belt at Igor, which I think is cool. It also like teaches you heaps. Yeah, it teaches you, but it's also like there's different things on it because then it's like, oh well, a bunch of these different fighters that are technically white belts, and I know a lot of them compete in blue belt, but they're still white belts that are like so even like me, like it's like kind of too much, you know what I mean? It just depends how you look at it, but it's circumstantial to where your gym is and how they want to operate things. If they want to push people to like be getting more belts, you're going to get your belt like once you're just better than the other white belts. But then at some places they'll like look at the blue belts at our gym, you know what I mean? Joe, Flynn, Heyman, these are elite grapplers, you know what I mean?
What, purely because you're lazy, really?
To get this blue belt? No, I was gonna go for it a bit earlier, but then like as I just said, but it's more like, as I just said, like the caliber of fighters in the gym and the people who do and don't have their blue belts, like look who I was, like Hamish and Max are like two of the only blue belts. Like I think Joe had it, and then a lot of people are white belts. You know what I mean? It feels like, should I even be going for it? You know what I mean? Like how good, like I can't beat a lot of these other, I'm like even with a lot of these other fighters. Yeah. So it was kind of a conflicting thing. I wanted to make sure I could dominate in white belt before, which I still would like to do before I get my blue belt. Like it's not about the belt for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't actually really care. Yeah. But now it's more just like, well, I have been training for a while, and I should owe it to myself to put in that. I don't care about the effort either, but just to put it in and then just get the reward out of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, cool. Yeah.
When would you recommend if you're going for a blue belt, when is the right time to go for a blue belt for like your general basis?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's like pretty much an impossible question to answer. Some people just don't get it as quick, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's 100%. Depends how quickly you learn.
So in my opinion, it should be like at your gym, whatever gym you're at, because that's the main thing. Like some gyms just won't let you or will encourage you to do it. But when you're now surpassing your other white belts, and the difference is once you've started to beat / like compete well with that kind of lower half of other blue belts in your gym. Now it's like, all right, well now you're just pushing the.
This is perfect.
Yeah,
you're
exactly you're starting to push the competition.
Flynn said as well.
Yeah. Swimming. I was gonna say that.
Welcome to our mini world.
Mini world.
What are we getting? Jolt.
Happy UFC Sundays, ladies. Have a nice day.
Poirier versus BSD. Who got ages?
Dustin.
Poirier KO.
Same Dunnies.
Not Poirier, obviously.
Poirier. Light work.
I'm
surprised.
I'm giving you a back, bro. But he's paying $5 to knock him out.
Yes, sir!
He's out! Go on! By Sugar Sean O'Malley around the corner. Another right. Got a couple dirty boxes.
Oh!
Oh my gosh! What have you done? Oh, it's filming these fools, I ain't in shit. This is half my freaking channel, man.
Had no need to fight tonight. Fucked and drank all night. Acted all alright. Had no need to fight tonight. Cast me far. Ladies to me. Acting all okay. Today. Cast me far away. Ladies to me. Acting all okay. Today.
The Peruvian butt plug, ladies and gentlemen.
Also known as the Pakistani sledgehammer.